which
What's up, everyone? How's it going? Hello. Hey, what's up, Sydney? Oh, yeah. I'll do that for you. I'll do that. I need to put. I need to put. It should just be YouTube. Should be popping up for YouTube. Trying to get everything going. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. I'll do it.
Purposely for everyone that's watching on front page.
Let's see. Stream.
I did that for them, bro.
Let's see, guys. Boom. Okay. Let's see here. Settings, stream settings. No. Stream manager. Perfect. Oh, wow. I actually got a new follower on Twitch. That's cool. All right. Cool. Glacier, I don't know. We're chilling. The main thing, guys, is I want to recommend and encourage everyone. We just got monetized, y'all. I'm so excited on YT. Everything is happening. I'm so excited about it. I know. I hit 1100 already. So I love and appreciate you all. However you'll watch me, okay? I you know what I mean? I appreciate it. I'm here for it. However you can be here. If you want to be here, you can be here. I would just kindly ask for anything that you are going to donate to me in terms of monetary or gifts or anything. Check out YT. I get more of it. We still get the gifts, we still get the subscriptions. Everything is on there. So I would highly recommend and ask for, if you're like subscribed on TikTok, try to subscribing on YT. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna be like making some reminders and stuff on Discord. I'm just basically gonna be Michelle, you don't have to do any of that. So basically you don't have to do the coin things or anything there. There's no battling. Yeah. So you don't have to do coins, you don't have to do anything, you just put it in there, and then you just pay through there. There's none of that. I keep a way higher percentage of it. TikTok takes 50%, guys. And YT doesn't do any of that. So, and I think chat is just better. No, Glacier, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to still be streaming on TikTok forever. But I'm just going to ask, like, if you're going to, there is a subscription option, Michelle. Yeah, there is. So, oh, thank you, Ness. So there's subscriptions, there's gifts, there's super chats. There's actually more options with, there's actually more options with YT. There just is. And I'm going to start like saying, I'm going to start moderating my language for YouTube as opposed to TikTok. And if TikTok throttles me, then that's what's going to happen. Super chats, basically you spend a certain amount of money and that message, like basically that means that I will like read it out and engage with it and talk with it. You know, if chat's flowing or something, I'm going to like highlight that message, talk about that message and everything. Yeah, Ricky, I can see YouTube chat. Yep. And that's like there you go, Ness. Thank you. So, yeah. Hey, Gail. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you checking it out. Basically, everything that we can do to push YouTube for the next year, guys, that's what I'm going to do. I will, that's like my last focus has been on TikTok for the last year, and it's been awesome. And I appreciate you all. But I'm going to start like trying to really focus on YouTube and growing YouTube as much as I can in the next year. So any type of money or subscriptions or gifts or chats or watch or anything that you can do to interact with my YouTube is going to be huge. What made me start live streaming? Back in 2020, I started live streaming to combat science disinformation. You know, basically, there was just so much rampant conspiracies on there, and I didn't feel like there was anyone with like scientific literacy that could actually like engage, and there wasn't scientists on social media really debating these people. So I kind of started doing that. Yeah, that would be honestly, Ness. I think I would move Patreons to YouTube. Yeah. So what about battles here, Michelle? I think like there's going to be, I think I don't know. I don't know, Michelle. I honestly don't know. Like if I, hey, Objective Ethics, thank you, Dr. G. It's always good to see you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm just Objective Ethics. I got monetized on YouTube finally. So finally I can, yeah, so we have memberships, we have super chats, we have everything finally on YouTube. I'm so excited. So yeah, really going to push it up. Yeah, I am simultaneously streaming right now, Voice. Yeah, I am. But the problem is like once you start streaming on TikTok, you have to moderate your language and stuff like that. So if the TikTok stream goes down, I'm just going to like restart it. But I don't know if I can. I'm devoting my time and effort towards YouTube. Sherry, the profile has a link in there, but it's Dr. Greg Show everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. Dr. Greg Show everywhere. Yes, yeah, voice, exactly. So my content, guys, gets moderated super heavily on TikTok because I am dealing with conspiracies and I'm dealing with debunking people, but I get slapped with moderation just as if I was pushing the conspiracies and it hurts me. So it really hurts me. Thank you, Ghostbusters, for the gifts, man. I appreciate you. So I have to. Oh, thank you, Gigi. Thank you. That'd be awesome. Hell yeah, brother. It might be good reaching out to Planet Peterson. He does similar content, albeit a little bit different. Yeah, yeah, Ricky. He knows. He actually watched my Ken Hovind debate. And so I went on his TikTok channel and we were chatting and stuff. So yeah, he was cool. He knows of me and I know of him and we've chatted before. So yeah, I like him. Yeah, whatever we can do to push the YouTube right now is huge, guys. Really cool. Yep, Cruise in Life. Yeah, you can chat on YouTube and TikTok at this, but I guess what I'm hoping for is to have like an active building community on YouTube because I feel like that's going to be like a mainstay forever kind of thing. I don't know, like TikTok seems rough, to be honest with you. My numbers are going down, like with my views on my videos. The moderation doesn't seem to like my content. So it seems like I'm pushing on rope. And if you've listened to a lot of other creators, like I'm not the only one that's saying this. I love TikTok for the community. I love it for the panels. I love it has it's the only true social media app. I feel like it's actually probably one of my favorites for that. If TikTok didn't have the moderation problem, it would be a lot different. But it does. So it kind of really kills it for me. And I can't engage with the content that I want, and I hate speaking in code words. Thank you, Helen. I know, Ness. It is unfortunate. But also, like, I'll be honest, Ness. Like, when I talk to hey, Michelle, thank you for going to YouTube. So, hi, Dr. Soph. I hate the censorship of TikTok. I hate having to say unalive and sexual. Yeah, Ricky. I think what happens is that when we're talking about something as serious as rape, we should use that word. And I think that it downplays the idea of that happening in that event by saying grape. Like I really do have a problem with it. Actually, it helps normalize that behavior when we kidify the language around it. Then and I like that's not okay for me. When people are losing their life, people are losing their life. We should be able to say that. So you're great, MB. MB, you're fine. You're totally fine. What were your degrees before microbiology? Yeah, singing. What's up? So I had a degree in ecology, behavior, and evolution in undergrad, and then I did 5 years at a biotechnology company doing molecular biology until I went to grad school for microbiology. I can say a lot more with my server in Australia. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Dr. Soph. That's interesting. That makes sense. Hey, Deanne. Wow, guys, there's a lot of you guys here in TikTok. Awesome. Guys, so if you're coming in, I got monetized on YouTube today, and for the next year, I'm really going to be pushing my YouTube channel. My goal is 100,000 this year. I know that's insane, and that's a lot, but I'm going to do it. I'm really going to do it. I'm going to go, like, this is for Ness. This is for you, Ness. Instead of trying to do TikTok battles and instead of putting that kind of content in the world, I am going for YouTube plaques and getting a YouTube little badge and going for 100,000 on YouTube. So there you go. Thank you, Gigi. What's up? Oh, thank you. I love it. Thank you guys so much for the subscribing. Thank you so much. Yes, Ness. It's the silver button. Exactly, Cruise in Life. Exactly. Have you ever done any research on science around trans people or gender care? No, singing, I haven't. But I have gone to a seminar where someone did do something similar, where they were looking at X chromosome signaling, X chromosome silencing, and they were doing research on XXY, XX, XXXY genomes to see like how and why one X chromosome silences the other. It's very cool. No wonder you made Can't Crash Out like you did. I love how he was telling the moderator, shut up. Yeah, I know, Ricky. This is very funny. Hazel, what's up? Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. I actually think that the stream looks a lot better on YouTube, personally. I really do. Um, X chromosome signaling, silencing is basically, so if someone is born with XX chromosomes, basically one of them is going to be silenced and the other one is going to have your genome that you run on. So it's very interesting actually why and how one of the X chromosomes is silenced and the other one is actually expressed. So it is very interesting. Thank you, MB. You're awesome. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. So that this year, my goal, 100K on YouTube. That's my goal. I think it's crazy. Like it took me so long to get 500 subscribers on YouTube. It took me forever, and then and it was like two or maybe one or two followers a day on YouTube, and then now my stuff is being pushed by the algorithm, and I'm literally getting 100 in a day. So for whatever reason, all of the algorithms like pushing my stuff right now. So I am it's amazing. Like I'm refreshing the screen and I'm getting followers again. It's crazy. Michelle, I think that everyone's going to go over. I think everyone's going to go over eventually. Genuinely, I think the chat experience is just better on YouTube. I really do. I really think that that's fair. And you have gifts, you have super chats, you have subscriptions, you have tiered subscriptions, you have everything that we have on TikTok and more. Thank you, Shadzi. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any advice for someone with a bachelor's who wants to go back to school after a while? Lido, that's a really good question. Make sure you know why you're going back. That's the biggest thing, and make sure you're not going back for a master's. That's another thing. I think going through and like make sure you know what you're going back to get your if you're going back to school, remember why. Remember how you're going to know how to study. You're going to remember that kind of stuff. You already know how to learn, but it's more of like the motivation for why you're going back. So I would not go back for a master's. You want to go back for I would go back for a master's if that's the end terminal degree for that that career. So like journalism, for example, the end career, the top career is a master's degree. There's no PhD in journalism. So that's the big thing. I'm not dropping TikTok, Helen. No, I'm going to keep going, like streaming on TikTok, because I think TikTok genuinely is an amazing place for panel discussions, for having people come up, and I think there's an awesome community there. But at the same time, like I'm not going to censor my language for TikTok anymore. So if it dies, I'm going to restart it. But if there's a day ban or something, we're just gonna keep going. So that's the big thing. So do you know what I mean? Like there's a good chance that by not censoring my language, I'm gonna catch like a 2 or 3 or 1 week ban pretty easily. Just because we deal with conspiracies, and that's gonna happen. So I'm kind of just letting you know, and I'm kind of like readying everyone. So I'm pushing everyone now. Also, TikTok Live is where all the misinformation conversations are. Yeah, I think the big thing with TikTok is that it's an easy scenario in order to meet new people, and I love talking to new people, so I appreciate that. And so that's the big thing for me. Really? Huh. The audio is better. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't understand why. I'll have to look into that. I don't understand why, but now that I'm yeah. I mean, it's the first night, guys. Looks and sounds better. Okay, audio fine. Okay, good. I mean, it's the first time, guys. It's the first time that really like pushing YouTube and you guys like being in there in the chat and having everyone like chat in there and be in the YouTube is amazing, and it really helps. It really helps more than you realize. So, everyone's gonna know each other's name and everyone's gonna be fine. Hey, MB, perfect. I have to turn up my volume all the way to hear you. Huh. It shouldn't be any different. It shouldn't be any different. Oh, actually, you know what? Nope. Yeah, it shouldn't be any different. Interesting. Hey, Greg, new sub here. Just wanted to say I loved the way that you handled Hovend a bit back, and that's how I found you. After that, I saw one of your posts calling people like Hovend out. I subbed. Nice. Thanks, Lex. I appreciate that. Thank you. Audio is a little louder. I wouldn't say better. I think it comes from the system. Is tagging someone in chat not a thing? So that's a good question. I don't know. Did I get a super chat? I've never gotten a super chat. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Objective Ethics. Thank you so much. Dude, this is my first super chat ever. Oh my gosh. Dude, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, dude. This is my first super chat ever. I didn't even know where it was going to come up. Thank you so much, dude. I added dude, thank you so much, Objective Ethics. Dude, that's so nice of you. I added a link to your YouTube in the description of every video I make. I've got you listed under favorite science communicators along with Austin Scientific Origins. Science for the win. Dude, thank you so much, Objective Ethics. I'm going to try to get, I need to get a little pop-up thing so that I can hit that and then it's like pops up as a super chat for the entire stream. Thank you so much. Thank you in chat for letting me know. I've never gotten a super chat before, so that was so cool. Here, let's unmute alerts. Let's see. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm sorry if I didn't mean to be rude. Let's see. Oh, you know what I could do? Thank you. Objective Ethics, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Interesting. I always thought that YouTube sounded better for me personally. I mean but that's just me. I don't know. That was so cool. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I genuinely had no idea. Bali Island Professor, what's up? Can we request up to chat on YouTube? No, that is the difference, Ness. That is a big thing. That is a big problem. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you for subscribing as an ally. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's the thing that I like about TikTok really well is that it does have like that group chat feel, like that people can just come up and join the conversation really easily. That I think that is a really cool thing. So I want to figure out how we can get that going. How will I make? Yes. Oh, Ghostbusters, how's it going? I think it works. You just can't see it highlighted for yourself because I can't see it either. Huh? Interesting. Yeah, we're just figuring it out, guys. I have a different opinion, but I think it's beneficial to keep these conspiracy theories Nazis on YouTube. You can police them and debunk them when they're here. When you ban them, they hide. Yeah, Ricky, I think it's important for science communicators, and if people are, I think it's important to engage with it in the fact that like it it's not important for like the person. It's important to um it's important to for the audience. Objective Ethics, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're the first super chat I've ever gotten, and I didn't see the super chat, so that's why I didn't say anything when you first came through, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for the super chat, dude. That's very nice of you. And I do see you're tagging me and everything, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, man. Do you believe in one day a drone will be the shape of the mosquito? Interesting question. I think we do in the fact that like there are direct. So the question is like mosquito has a direct flight mechanism, direct flight versus indirect. So basically, there's like muscle fibers that actually connect to the. Actually, I don't know if they are or not. They might be indirect because mosquitoes. What are mosquitoes? Let's see. What are mosquitoes? Mosquitoes. Diptera, they're true flies. Yeah, so Diptera is interesting. Really, what we're talking about is the Diptera is that's the type of flight mechanism that is, and basically their mechanism. Let's see, indirect flight Diptera. So indirect flight basically. Oh, this is it. Basically, the flight muscle isn't directly connected to the wing in Diptera or mosquitoes. That they're not actually directly connected. So what that means is that they're kind of like more efficient, but they can't independently actually coordinate every single blade of the wings independently. And Diptera is actually really interesting too because they only have 2 wings and they have a gyroscope. They've evolved a gyroscope on one of the sets of wings for flies. So that's a big thing. Are there engineered viruses that attack cancers? Yes, Ricky. Yes, there actually is. We just went through this. There's actually really cool. So this just happened. This is the anti-cancer vaccine. It just came out actually. So one, HPV is anti-cancer. So that's really cool. HPV is actually doing things in order to actually combat cancers directly, which is amazing. But there's a new type of approach, basically. So basically using the mRNA ability, immune remodeling mRNA boosts anti-tumor immunity and sometimes eliminates the tumors. So engineers at the University of Houston, MIT, and Harvard have developed a new mRNA-based strategy that dramatically amplifies the T-cell response to vaccines, an advance that could lead for far more powerful cancer vaccines and a stronger protection against infectious diseases. Unlike conventional vaccine adjuvants, which typically provide short-lived immune stimulation. The new approach reprograms immune cells from within using mRNA instructions that expand cancer-fighting T cells. The researchers created the adjuvant using mRNA molecules that deliver the instructions for two immune regulating genes, IRF8 and NIC, which activate key immune signaling pathways and drive immune cells to a more active state. Wow, this is really cool. This isn't what I was thinking about. So this is another one. That's incredible. So this is actually even more new ways. I was thinking about, this was happening in pancreatic cancer. Is this what I was thinking about? A new pancreatic cancer drug is offering hope for patients with this deadly disease after clinical trials data showed that daraxonrasib nearly doubled survival rates for study volunteers. The lead investigator for the daraxonrasib clinical trial received a standing ovation from normally reserved researchers and doctors when he presented the game-changing study findings during the 2026 American Society of Clinical Oncology. While cancer doctors and researchers had made great gains in finding new cures for other cancers, pancreatic cancer has been studied in a deadly foe. It's third leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S. and kills nearly 53,000 people each year. So there's this. So we're creating new ways of tackling the pancreatic cancer. The new mRNA vaccine technology actually creates an adjuvant, a new type of adjuvant that allows you to boost your immune system. And then the mRNA the mRNA technology itself actually has some anti-cancer properties. People are actually living longer with after they have taken the COVID shot, for example. So people are researching that, and I think that's what that last one is. So yeah, there's lots of really cool. There's lots of new stuff that are coming through. Let's go. I can't see the pop-ups on YouTube, only here. Anyone else? The pop-ups of what? That's a question. I'm curious what you're talking about. The pop-ups of what? Cool. I forwarded Greg's info to Jimmy a couple months ago. We'll have to see what he did. Okay, cool. How does this work? How do they engineer these viruses so your immune systems attack the cancer cells? They're not immune engineering the viruses. They are they're creating a cancer vaccine through the mRNA technology. So it's not, and they're boosting your native immune system and your T cells to attack cancer cells. They're not using a virus in order to do that, Ricky. They're changing your body's immune system to have it target the cancers directly. So instead of your immune system attacking antigens from viral particles, they're teaching your immune system to attack cancer, which is kind of cool. The images you're showing, what am I showing? What am I showing? Similar to CAR T, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys. Lots of mRNA, lots of new mRNA vaccine technologies, breakthroughs for sure. Can you talk about the new research on traumatic memories in PTSD patients versus standard memories? I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. Cerebrus. Oh, thank you, Cruising Life. How's it going? Perfect, guys. Well, if you're just coming in for the TikTok crew. We are now. I can see images pop-ups. Really? Let's see. What are you seeing then? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so excited to see what you're seeing. Hmm. Oh, dang. Oh, this is cool. How are you how am I gonna what? I'm so confused. There's so many YouTube things that I'm not able to control here. um there's super chat goals. Huh. I'm sorry guys. This is my first time with this stuff too right now. I'm just learning. I can see Ghostbusters emoji. Oh, I got you, Linda. Yeah, I put that. I put the Google up in there just because I wanted to, show what. It's Firefox. Yeah, Linda, I put the Google search page I wanted to show you. Yeah, I see Ghostbusters thing. Interesting. Interesting, MB. Sorry, guys. We're figuring things out together. First times. we're hanging out. We're figuring things out. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I can see Ghostbusters. I can't see Gigi and Michelle's unless if they're doing something. Thank you, Ghostbusters. Thank you for the gifts on TikTok. Dude, what was I know the green pool is so funny actually. It's hilarious. Okay. Okay. Okay, see you, Ness. Thank you so much. Ricky, that's a good question. So I think that everyone is using AI to make thumbnails. Even if they're creating them, they're still polishing them with AI. I like even the ones that have editors that are making unique thumbnails, but like genuinely I would love to hire an editor that could make unique thumbnails and make them interesting and engaging. I'm just not good at that. So like like we were doing like this is the stuff that I was doing before. Like if you wanted to see what I was like yeah, like this is my old channel and this is like the stuff that I was making before. So it's hard to believe that anyone would actually like click on these thumbnails more so than anything else. And I was tryharding here. I was tryharding. But this is at the level that I would normally be making them. So, but no, dude, look at the views. They're awful after 3 years, 24 views, 13 views. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. So I think that people want to say that they hate AI thumbnails, but in reality, I think that everyone is using thumbnails now that are AI generated. It's just whether or not they are like overtly AI. I think that's the big thing. Hey, F1. Okay, Ricky. I mean, oh, thank you, Skeptics and Scoundrel. What's up? Thank you so much. How do I get this thing to show up, post up? Um Yeah, like how do I see this? Oh, thank you, Skeptics and Scoundrels. Thank you. Some fresh test data. I love that. Thank you so much. I think um yeah, like I said, like I mean, I would love to have an editor and hire an editor, but it costs like it's expensive. I mean, we're talking like it's a lot of money. So I because I do long videos, so it's tough. I mean, it's tough. Like, should I be making more content or should I be um, editing thumbnails? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd probably just want to stream for an extra 2 hours a day rather than make thumbnails. You know, and I'm not good at it, and so that's the tough part. I wonder. If I could do like a um I wonder if I could like do a dashboard on YouTube to like catch all this stuff that I'm Yeah, Efon, we're trying to go push over into YouTube to now and forever. Let's see. Where are on the streaming super chat alerts, what streamer tools are you using? So I have stream elements and yeah, stream elements. But it's not giving me like a way to send. Yeah, I mean, Michelle, that's what I did on here. That's what I did on here, and this is like what I was using. But like, it's not like I was getting any hits. It's like, again, I think it's like one of those things, guys, where like, it's like one of those things where you think that you would never click on like, this is my favorite streamer probably in the world, Zargu, and he's he's he has a stream. He has a. This is my streamer, and you can tell like he's started using. He has an editor, and like there, you'd think that this isn't AI, but it is. People will look at this and be like, "Oh, okay, you're just doing a background removal tool on this thing," but this is AI, guys. You know what I mean? Like it is. And you can tell like on his smoothing of his skin, you can tell like, so even the stuff that doesn't look like AI is AI actually. Oh, thank you, Helen. Thank you so much. Thank you for being an ally. I love that. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Yeah, I hit 1.1K already. It's crazy. So like here, this is AI for sure. This thumbnail, this thumbnail, this thumbnail, this thumbnail. These are all like they don't look dramatically different than what he was doing a year ago, but it is AI, guys. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the reality of like how everyone's going. So that's the other thing is that it's like do you want to be like AI slop? Like no, for sure not. But like do you want to be at the high quality that everyone else is doing? Like yes, you have to be. So if everyone is having that quality of like that polish of AI, like you just have to have it. You know what I mean? Um yeah, I want to add the alerts on screen for let's see, let's ask AI. How do I add streamer YouTube super chat and other alerts to my YouTube stream via stream elements. So how do you use AI to look like that? So what he's doing here, he's probably doing the background removal tool from them, and then doing stuff like that. Dang, your live is freezing. I bounced over TT. I forgot to hit live and returned to, so I hence my confusion. Oh yeah, Linda. There's like you can pause. That's the other thing. That's actually the nice thing about YouTube is that you can pause the stream, guys. It's kind of cool. Wait, just to understand, do you still need those streaming hours? No, not necessarily, MB. No. Just like just engaging and watching videos is a huge thing, though. It helps a lot. Let's see. Okay, so I just need to like I just need to use Stream Elements. Yeah, Stream Elements SE Live. Oh. Okay, I see what's happened. Browse overlays. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Oh, cool. Nice, Michelle. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, before AI, we had the Photoshop magic wand. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're all using stuff like that, you know. It's like it's using AI elements without that looking like insane slop. I think that's really like what it is, guys. I think that's what it is, and you're never going to be able to avoid AI entirely. Like doing YouTube captions for my live streams, like over 5 hours, like I could either just use AI to make chapters automatically, or I could like sit there and manually, you know, do that stuff. And there's just no way that that's better. No offense, guys, but there's no way that using my own time in order to like create YouTube chapters and stuff, that's like a better use of my time. You know what I mean? This is impossible. Okay, so it says connect your YouTube to Stream Elements. Okay, I did that. Okay, I'm in Stream Elements right now. Whoops. And then let's see. In my overlays. Sorry guys. I really want to get this like set up so that I know what's going on. I used to do it manually. I know, right, Michelle? I mean, I used to too. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it sucks. Like I understand like the, you know, ideally, yeah, I have time to do everything, but I think at the end of the day, it's a lot better to just make things as efficient as possible. The stuff that you can do, you know? Okay. Here we go. And now overlays. And new overlay. Let's try new overlay. I don't know how to do this. Alerts, alert box. Okay, let's do that. Nice. Okay, done. Follow alert. Let's try that. Emulate. Preview live on stream. Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay. Save. Overlay name. Alerts. Over alert window. Save. Okay, and then now I need to link copy URL. Okay, and then I can just add it to here. Ooh, I wonder if I could do this. Alerts. This. Browser. Alert window. URL. Okay. Done. Okay, and then source clone. Source clone. Add existing source clone. Make source clone. Okay. Alert window. Here. Boom. Boom. Okay, so this. Do this. And then I use Gemini to format for me, and wow, like magic. Yeah. I think that there's like, hey, Just in Time, how's it going? Can we have a different sound? Okay, let's try it. Let's try this. Is that like a what is that? Okay. Oh, there it is. Boink, boink, boink. Okay, I'm just gonna do the alert window and everything. I think that's just the easiest way to do it. This. Remove this. This. Paste. Paste reference? No. Okay. Let's see. Follow alert. Oh, inactivity. Thank you. Okay. It unlocks a core memory for me. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't. You're gonna have to find me another one. I don't know. It's when upload sounds. I don't have any files or anything. Okay. Okay. I mean, Envy, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Let's just get it working first, and then we'll do trigger warning alert windows. let's get it working first. Alert window. Okay. And then okay, let's try this. Subscriber event. Okay, cool. Community gift. Okay, cool. I think, do we just like make it bigger? Okay, cool. Okay, okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay. Dude, I want to put like, I actually want it to be, well, dang it. Um, this. Um, Boom. There. Malachite, how's it going? And then this, and then we did perfect. The perfect. All right, nice. Okay, this, and then alerts, copy. Perfect. So this has alerts. This side, and then this, and then this. Sweet. We're good. Oh, Waluigi, how's it going? Thank you. I just discovered you uploaded your lives to YouTube. I'll be binging those. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, dude, we were just talking about that, trying to, yeah, figure out some stuff going on. Okay, and then activity feed. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh shoot. I was like, wait, what's happening? Never mind. It's all the fake ones. What's up, Sanish? How's it going, dude? We're just getting YouTube all situated and pushed over. Yeah, getting everyone pushed over and talking about it. Okay. I am not now in super position, but super supporting as I just opened my tea with sound lowered. Okay, cool. Whatever you, awesome. Have fun. Whoop. I'm back. Sounds good. Oh, thank you, Sanish. we're all moving over to we're all moving. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to, Michelle. If you know, I mean, it is what it is. But I just like all the support and all the everything else. Like I keep like 30% more, 40% more of everything. So yeah, it's a huge benefit for me, like financially, and it's going to be my main push in the next year is to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that's my main push. So I that's and it looks good to have more people in YouTube chat and chatting there, and the algorithm will like it more and push us more. So it really helps. So that I mean, obviously, if you want to support me in any way, I'm okay with it. But I'm just letting you know like how and where my focus is for the next year. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you, Sanish. Thank you. All right. So I wanted to see what this Wired article or this Wired video has. He's basically he is reacting to these top microbiology questions. So I wanted to see what we can do in terms of answering them ourselves and then seeing what he answers. So I think it would be kind of an interesting video to do. So we'll see how it goes.
So at Culture Pulp asks, wait, are there actual brain-eating amoebas? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there are. I mean, RFK has something similar.
Yes, there are. The good news is that only a few people every year in North America end up running into one of these organisms. And if they do, there's not a lot of hope for you. Many of these cases are lethal. For example, there can be infections in Texas or sometimes in Mexico. The way that this happens might be if you jump off a rock face into really warm water and the water just goes right up your nose. If it has one of these amoeba, an amoeba called Naegleria fowleri might be able to get access to your brain. It's not designed to eat your brain, but if it finds itself up there, it's going to start eating and growing.
Let's see. That's annoying. Yeah, here he goes. The free-living amoeba, kind of like a one-celled organism that thrives in warm freshwater lakes, rivers, and hot springs. It's called the brain-eating amoeba because it can affect the brain and destroy brain tissue. Wow. Lives in soil. It's a species of the genus Naegleria. It belongs in the phylum blah blah blah. Wow, it's interesting. That's cool. It's a freely living microorganisms, but then it can become pathogenic. Extremely rare, sudden, and severe. Typically found in freshwater lakes, rivers, hot springs, warm water discharged from industrial or power plants. Wow, that makes sense. Geothermal well water and poorly maintained or minimally chlorinated swimming pools. Oh my gosh. That would be wild to actually get one of those. Oh no, I'm sorry, Bear. Wow. Roman baths had them. No way. Wow, here we go. Roman baths in Bath, England closed for bathing since 1978 due to the presence of the fowleri. What? Infections typically occur after swimming in warm climate freshwater, although there has been cases in cooler climates such as Minnesota. Whoa. Oh, how exciting, guys. The diagnosis will likely become more common as climate change causes surface water temperatures to rise. Let's go. Let's go. We got it. All right. Finally. Finally.
and dividing and dividing and dividing until you have millions and millions and millions of brain-eating amoebas up there. At Beehive01 asks, does the smell of farts tell you a lot about the microbiome of the gut? I assume a lot of it is driven by what we eat. Farts are 100% microbial. The microbes in your gut are helping you to digest your food.
Exciting.
And when they break that down, they break it down into nutrients. You can also
Wait, what? I learned to swim in a Roman bath in Scotland. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe swimming's not for me anymore.
get volatile fatty acids. So volatile fatty acids are small molecules like propionate, acetate, and butyrate. So when you smell poop, what you're really probably smelling is butyrate. Normally, if
Interesting.
your
I didn't
gut
know
is
that.
functioning properly, these volatile fatty acids are being absorbed by your cells because they're a source of energy. That's where you get a lot of the energy from these microbes in your gut. But if you've got an imbalance in that system because you ate something bad, then some of these volatile fatty acids are going to come out with those farts. And that's when things are going to start to stink. So if you ever smell garbage that's been sitting out on the street for a few days, you'll start to get these volatile fatty acid smells. You can also get methane out of your gut. So about a third of human beings have methanogens.
Really?
Methanogens use hydrogen and CO2 and they turn it into methane. These people
Why is it only a third? How do a third of humans have methanogens? Wow, what? It amazes me how curious we are about farts. Out of all the questions, we always go there. I guess, Bear, I think it's like one of those things where people are interested in like the ones and twos. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a natural thing to be curious about it. You know, I really do. Like with dogs and stuff, it's such a key indicator of health. You know, so I think like maybe that's just the thing that we're interested in. Short answer is roughly a third of people carry enough methane producing archaea in their gut to test positive on a breath methane test, and they're there because they make a living off the waste products of bacterial fermentation. Let me verify the prevalence. Why are a third and not everyone then? The producer phenotype is set by whether the methanogenic population crosses an activity threshold, which is governed by community context, diet and host genetics, age, environmental seeding. So the clean one-sentence version, almost everyone carries methanogenic archaea, but only 30 to 40 hosts enough activity cross-feeding bacteria, a function of diet, age, host genetics, and surrounding fermentative bacteria to register. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting.
as well as people who make a lot of hydrogen, or maybe the people who are able to light their farts on fire, if you've ever seen that.
What?
You'll also smell sulfur. If you eat a lot of protein, that protein is going to have some sulfur in it. And the bacteria in your gut, when they break down that, they can make a gas called hydrogen sulfide.
That's
and
classic.
hydrogen sulfide smells like rotten eggs. So yeah, the smells you're getting are controlled by what you eat, but very much it's the microbes that make 100% of those smells. At
That makes
Gothren
sense.
Fox asks, do microbes dance? If so, how many could dance on the head of a pin?
I mean, they tumble. Bacteria tumble. I mean, we talk about that in like when they're chemotaxing and all that kind of stuff. They all do that stuff for sure.
The head of a pin is pretty pointy, maybe 2 microns, give or take, but a bacterium is typically about the size of 2 microns. So if we were to zoom way in, we would see that it would have just about enough room for maybe 1 microbe, maybe 2 microbes. At Ed Wilson asks, if the number of microbial cells in a body is of the same order.
I mean, it matters. Like the Chlamydomonas reinhardti, this stuff right here is 10 microns to give you a scale. So, yeah, like 10 micrometers in diameter.
order is that of human cells. How much of my weight is microbes? Add up all the
Oh my gosh, of your weight. Well, so the total cell count is like 1-to-1. Weight is really interesting. There would have to be way less than that, I would think. I would assume that if the cell count is 1-to-1, the weight would have to be dramatically less.
cells in your body, and then add up all of the microbial cells in
Let's
your
see
body.
what he says. So the old number here is like 10-to-1. There was a 1970s paper that didn't do the actual due diligence, but estimated in the introduction to be about that, and it's falsely attributed as being the correct one. And then there was another study that was done 30 to 40 years later, and they checked to see what the actual number is, and it's about, and it matters. Like, one, you gotta take out the unnucleated cells, right? So cells in your body that don't have a nucleus, we can throw those out because those are red blood cells. They're not like actual cells, you know? So we're throwing those out. And then it also changes with your current state of your bowel. So more things before you defecate, you're going to have more microbes in there. And then, but after you've kind of like defecated, and if you take out the red blood cells, it's 1-to-1. So I'm curious what he says here, how he's what he's gonna say.
Body, we find that they're actually about the same.
Nice. He's actually using the term right. Nice. There you go.
Microbial cells, bacteria in particular, are about 1,000 times smaller than human cells. So if we add up all of the mass of the bacterial cells, you're going to find that that's 2 to 6 pounds, so a couple of kilograms. And that'll change throughout the day, right? Because when you go to the bathroom, when you poop, that poop is basically solid microbes, except for maybe...
Really? The poop is solid microbes? Really? I guess it's like fiber and... yeah, guys, if you're just coming in to read MB's comment, thank you so much.
The stray corn kernel or a little bit of lettuce, you've just lost a couple of pounds of microbes, but don't worry, they're going to grow back. At Rover Suede.
Don't worry.
What is the fastest bacteria? Like if I were to stage a little race under a microscope, who would win? The fastest.
I don't know. I don't know what this would be. What type of microbe would be the fastest, though? That would be the more interesting question. I think it would have to be in like something that's like, would it have to be in an abiotic or biotic? Like, is the bacteria running away from a predator, or is it like running away from a chemical gradient? It would have to be like a predator or something like that, right? Because a chemical thing would be too quickly. So it'd have to be like some type of that my hypothesis would be it'd be the bacteria that's running away from a predator, basically.
Bacteria is Delovibrio bacteriovorans. Literally, that translates into the wiggly leech that eats bacteria. Its real speed is about maybe 150 microns per second, which is blazingly fast for a microbe. If we were to shrink ourselves down to the size of this microbe, it would be about 600 miles an hour, right? That's like the speed of a rocket car. So you find them in freshwater habitats, typically. It's a predator of bacteria. So
that makes sense. So it's running. So I was thinking about it running away from something, but this is the opposite, where it's a predator of other bacteria. So that makes sense.
Need to be really fast because they're chasing down those bacteria to try and attach to them and kill them. You almost can't see them because you're looking under the microscope and they sort of go boom, boom, because they're just that fast. If you want to look at them under the microscope, you have to add something really viscous that's going to try to slow them down.
I mean, guys, just to see microbes under the unless you're doing something where, if you want to get like really, really high definition microscopy images, like this stuff right here, like these things, I had to fix this Chlamydomonas ranhardi to a slide in order to do that. in order to actually go in and have it like super, zoomed in so that we're getting slice by slice and we're really doing that analysis that we need to do to get these type of high quality images. Yeah, you have to like fix them in general. So that you just have to do that, and then so that makes sense to me.
J.E. Swiss CECE asks, predatory bacteria, that shit is real AF. You are right, there are tons of predatory bacteria. So these are bacteria that eat other bacteria. They come in a lot of different varieties. There are Myxococcus. Myxococcus hunt in a wolf pack behavior.
What?
They talk to each other.
No way. I did not. A world wolf pack bacteria? That's so cool.
Using molecules so they can zero in on prey, and then they surround the prey and secrete enzymes that cause them to dissolve. There can be epibiotic parasites and predators like Vibrio that
Whoa, that makes sense.
latch onto the outside of a cell and suck its cytoplasm. And one of the most terrifying is Vibrio. So Vibrio lives in aquatic habitats, usually freshwater, where it tracks down its prey. It will actually attach to the prey, and then it will penetrate the cell wall and push itself inside of that cell, where it will grow. It will replicate several times to make maybe 8 or 10 or as many as 12 cells inside of the guts of the prey cell that it's attacking. And then when it's done, they explode out and they swarm out. At Mitch Brown 40.
That's cool. That's way cool. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Those are all, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. That you're using them as a basically as a pathogen to host their own really quick, really fast. Yeah, I mean, just like taking over the cell.
3. My biology test was like, how do most bacteria move? A, magic. I didn't even need to read the rest of the answers. Bacteria move through a process called chemotaxis. Bacteria don't have eyes or ears like you or I, so they don't know where they're going. And so they do what we call a biased random walk. They keep sampling over time. Is it good? Is it better? They definitely move towards food, so they can sense if the food concentration is high. And if it's bad or if it's getting worse, they just like shake themselves up, swim off randomly in a new direction. And through this random series of runs and tumbles, they actually are really effective at finding the right way to go. And then how do they get there? Well, there's lots of different ways that microbes move. So many microbes have a flagella, usually stiff and helical shape.
Those are so cool, guys. Flagella are amazing. And you know what's funny? The way that flagellum actually were the host organism that was used in order to understand how flagellum work, and the rotor that was used in order to spin the flagellum that you've probably seen everywhere. I forget what it's called. Flagellum motor. You've seen it. You've seen it for sure. This right here. Whoops, no. This one, the flagellum, the Chlamydomonas renhardi was actually used in order to study this. It's one of the model organisms in order to study how flagellum actually work. So it's pretty cool. Like Chlamydomonas is a model organism for things outside of plants. It's just a model eukaryotic organism that really is really interesting and awesome. I'm not sure I would call it random. It's self-organization or self-adaptation. Oh, I mean, it's are you talking about for him calling it the random walk? It's a biased random walk.
It spins and propels them, it helps them wiggle, but then when they want to run, they turn those flagella in the right direction and they all sort of coil up with each other, and that allows the bacteria to shoot forward. Some bacteria also move by what we call gliding. They sort of drive themselves along the surface with these suction cups. They're just one little cell out in the world, and so they need to find conditions that are right for them. Temperature, light, nutrients, salinity. They sense all of these things and then try to use this biased random walk to get where they need to go. At Newstar start 2024. The Last of Us zombie infection is real. Fungi can devour insects from the inside out, and experts say it's not too far-fetched that a similar parasite could evolve to infect humans.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is based off of the zombie ant fungus. So if you've never seen this, it is genuinely incredible. They actually, so basically, they do a really cool thing about showing this in Planet Earth, I think is the one. So basically, it goes through and actually takes over the ant and then walks the ant up to the tallest little like leaf that it can find, and then it sprouts the spore that then explodes and everything gets pushed. It's kind of like a flower, so it flowers this thing and then the spores get flown everywhere in order to spread it it's pretty cool. Come back to tell you I'm watching your germ theory video. Oh, from 4 days ago, the Waluigi. Okay. Dude, that's a good one. Thank you. This one is called, here we go. There he goes. Unilateralis. Unilateralis is the fruiting body. The stroma, and then the spores in the perithecea. Very cool. I mean, that's the idea is, the idea is that this happened with humans, but it hasn't,
The clickers that you saw where the fungus infects people coming out of the person's head. I wouldn't worry too much about that unless you're an insect. The Cordyceps fungus infects many different kinds of insects, gets into their brain, and then causes these insects to move in such a way that promotes the distribution of the fungus so that more ants will become zombies. But insects are cold-blooded. They're very different from us. And so I wouldn't think that this fungus is going to infect people. If I was worried about a zombie infection for people, I would really think about rabies. Rabies is transmitted by a bite. If you're not vaccinated or treated quickly, it basically gets to your brain. It can make you maybe want to bite people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we kind of do have a zombie infection. We just have really good vaccines for it right now. At Sublime Carnage, what microbe scares you the most?
What scares me the most? I mean, the ones that we don't know about, that are frozen in permafrost right now, that literally our bodies have not adapted to. We have no idea what's going on, and those could just show up, and I think that they would completely wreak a havoc. So those are the ones that legitimately like scare me, where through climate change, basically this stuff that has been frozen for tens of thousands of years that could somehow adapt or be used and connect to us in some new way. I mean, SARS-CoV-2 was a novel coronavirus, meaning that our body hadn't seen that spike protein. So just imagine that with like a all new type of virus that we have never worked with in the lab. We've never isolated before. Don't have a vaccine for. Now you're just touching on so many different aspects that would be genuinely awful. Cordyceps, yeah, global warming is making it more viable. Yeah, Darko, for sure. Ooh, marine bristle storms. Okay, interesting.
Honestly, following the newspaper, it's avian influenza. There's been avian influenza around.
Avian influenza, yes, is September 2024. I mean, if you're talking about right now, I would say Ebola, obviously. I mean, Ebola with what's going on in Africa is genuinely awful. But this is September 2024, guys. This is ye olden times when Biden was still in office, and surely Trump isn't going to become president again. So that's it's easy times.
for decades. The reason it's a problem now is there is a pandemic among the birds. It's all over North America. There are farmers who are dealing with this right now. Their chickens are getting sick, their turkeys are getting sick. But it's a big problem for us too, because that avian influenza can make people sick. 40 or more million people died in 1918 from the first flu pandemic. But then flu became seasonal. Then we have this avian flu. If those two flus happen to infect one person, those two strains of flu can recombine, part avian influenza and human influenza. It's a little bit of both. And
You know what they do in order to try to prevent this? This is actually interesting. They every single flu vaccine gets 4 different strains of the flu, and one of them is the original 1918 flu antigen for precisely this reason. So whenever you get the flu vaccine, and you should get all vaccines, because all vaccines are safe and effective, you're getting a portion of the original 1918 from the flu, just to prevent something like this. And what's really interesting is there was originally 4, and one of them went extinct because of the SARS-CoV-2, like in COVID-19 pandemic response, and the fact that we isolated and masked well enough that one of them actually went functionally extinct. I don't remember. Let's see. Did we remove the flu strain from the flu vaccine that went extinct during the COVID pandemic isolation? Let's see. I don't know. There was a debate whether or not we should keep them in, that we should keep that strain that's extinct still inside of our vaccines, just in case. And I'm curious if we actually kept it in there just in case. Let's see. Oh, it has been. Okay, interesting. Because it's not been reliably detected in global surveillance since 2020, vaccines have shifted. That's good. That's probably pretty good. Yes, they did. The strain is the B Yamagata lineage of the influenza B. It's been removed from the flu vaccines beginning of 2024 season. Cool. Nice. The more you know. Nice. Have CLL and just had my second shingles vaccine. LB. Oh my gosh. LB. You're amazing. You're amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, we haven't done this in a while. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows we celebrate every single shot every single time, okay? We love public health. We love public health workers. So what this means is that LB, you just got your second shingles vaccine. We have a vaccine party, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. That's up to $12.95, ladies and gentlemen. One second. Where is the claps? One second. I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. Let's go here. Guys, vaccines are safe and effective, and we celebrate every single shot every single time. LB, thank you so much for getting vaccinated. In 3, 2, 1. Yes, 12:59. Oh my gosh, I gotta put up a 12:59 right here, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, 12:59. My husband got my husband got his first shingles vaccine and the Hep B. Guys, we're up to 1261. Let's go. 1261. Incredible. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Heather's husband. In 3, 2, 1. 1261, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up. Love it. Love it. Good job. Perfect. I know we need to have a vaccine party specific one. I know he's very selfish and he's very proud of himself for being selfish. He's a hate watcher and he is watching all the time. It's good, but I'm happy that he's at least watching a science channel. That's okay. All right, guys, good job. 1261 on the vaccine counter. I love to see it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being vaccinated. Darko, aren't there several flavors of the flu vaccine? I thought they only gave old folks in the trivalent and the tetravalent ones. I'm not 100% sure. I think that the people that need there are larger boluses for or higher antigen accounts for people that need it. I think that are immune compromised. I'm not 100% sure. Darko, I think that's how it happens though. No. Okay, OJ. Yeah, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good. There is a senior vaccine. Oh, okay. Senior flu vaccine. Let's see. Adults 65 and older should preferentially receive an enhanced flu vaccine, such as the high dose adjuvanted or recombinant shot of the high dose flu shots for seniors, which create a stronger immune response against the severe flu complications. Yeah. So normally like people that are immune compromised or that are older get larger because they can't take a full infection, so it's better for them to actually get it through a vaccine than to get it. Yeah. Is immune system response from the vaccine stronger or better? Yes, Waluigi, because you can actually like you have a better chance of surviving after a vaccine exposure than with a virus. So that's why it's much better. It's safer for you. There is a natural attain immunity that does happen, but you have the chance of losing your life. So that's why it's not recommended. Yeah, I mean you basically you're exposed to more of a virus with a natural infection, so you're exposed to like the protein coronas and all like the larger proteins of the shell basically of a coronavirus, for example. But and so you get more of a diversity of different types of antigens, but your immune system just needs the spike protein. So we give them the vaccine with the spike protein, and that's it. That's all they need. So that's what's important. Sweet, guys. God, we haven't done a vaccine party in a while. That was amazing. Anyone who ever gets a vaccine, if you get a vaccine or your loved one gets a vaccine, we celebrate you because we celebrate public health. And we love people who get vaccinated because they're protecting themselves, they're protecting their community, and it's patriotic in order to get vaccinated. So thank you for being here. What's needed for aging is an inflammation reduction vaccine that doesn't mitigate the incident. I was just curious if the natural exposure has a larger impact on antibodies. I mean, the viral load is going to be larger with a natural infection because you're going to have more viral particles inside of your body. But again, that high viral load means that you're more likely to lose your life. So that's why it's not recommended. You're right. You're right, Waluigi. No, it's all good, dude. They're all good questions. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, but that's basically what it is. Like, we are like in your body actually. So there's this thing called somatic hypermutation, where your body actually creates different types of antibody mutations based off of what it sees already. So you are already kind of like creating some like plethora of different types of antibodies in response to the vaccine. So it's not like you're just only getting one type. So, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know where it happens, Waluigi. That's a good question. I don't know.
100% of either, and that's completely new. Our bodies have not seen that before, and so your prior vaccination won't matter. This will be a new pandemic that will be very problematic. At Niku Kazuri asks, I'm just shocked there's a bacteria that eats metal. What in tarnation? There are lots of bacteria that eat metal. There are organisms that can eat chrome, they can eat uranium, they can eat all sorts.
The craziest one is Nylonase. Nylonase is the one that really, because that one, like, it just was created. Nylon is pretty new. Is a strain that can digest byproducts of nylon-6 manufacture. It's a set of enzymes to digest nylon, which is crazy considering that nylon isn't that old. You know what I mean? The invention of nylon is 1935. These substances are not known to have existed before the invention of nylon in 1935. So, studies in 1977 revealed that the 3 enzymes that the bacteria were using to digest the byproducts were significantly different than any other enzymes produced by any other bacteria. Pretty wild, man. Yeah, nylon's a plastic. Yeah, exactly. Pretty wild.
Of metals, they actually, in a real sense, breathe the metal. It's a kind of respiration. So all living things get energy by moving electrons from one place to another. Many of them will have something called nanowires, really small wires, so they conduct electricity. And so the microbes can then move electrons through that wire, either put those electrons down onto the surface or pull electrons off of the surface. And when it comes to organisms like iron-reducing bacteria, they're actually taking those electrons through the wires and putting them down onto a metal and causing that metal to be reduced. When we take electrons off of metal, for example, iron, we are oxidizing it. And oxidizing metal is rust. And if you look at pipes in factories or in pipelines or in boats, the pitting and the rusting of that metal is often catalyzed by microbes who are basically living off of that metal itself. At CERN LX.
There's actually nanoparticle producing bacteria too. So they found it in Antarctica. It basically creates and uses these nanoparticles kind of like as a sunscreen. So it'll basically use nanoparticles like as a shield. Pretty cool stuff. Antarctic cycrotolerant bacteria synthesize metal nanoparticles 60 to 50 nanometers via eco-friendly green production. Acting as a reducing and capping agent, these microbes precipitate nanoparticles as a self-defense mechanism against reactive metal ions or radiation, yielding highly stable and bioactive nanostructures for clinical and industrial use. So they've done silver nanoparticles, gold nanoparticles, cadmium, which are like quantum dots. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This week, Utah will hit the 1-year mark for measles outbreak. The U.S. will lose its measles-free status. Oh, wow. It's crazy that's happening this week. Yeah, I mean, it's happening. I mean, we're definitely going to lose it, right? So I'm not surprised, but yeah, that's awful. Yeah, it's so embarrassing, guys. That's happening.
XL asks, how can bacteria become resistant to antibiotics? So anytime there's a new change in the environment, the microbes are going to try to evolve in response to that so that they can be more successful. When we discovered antibiotics, we discovered those antibiotics because they were made by fungi and bacteria that live in soil. Those bacteria and fungi make antibiotics to kill each other. They're fighting with each other all the time. But then those organisms are going to evolve resistance. And they've had hundreds of millions of years of these back and forth warring with antibiotics and then antibiotic resistance genes. So we've been using antibiotics since like the 1930s and 1940s. The first antibiotics came from fungi.
What do you think about U.S. mortuaries being asked if they would take Ebola patients who passed? I mean, Melinda, they have to, like, they have to take, the United States needs to, they have to, I mean, the U.S. citizens have to be, they have to be, it has to be okay. You know, people deserve medical care. from the United States if they're U.S. citizens. So it's really important. Yes, Seth. Yes, Heather. Yeah. We're prioritizing YouTube, guys. We are. I am monetized on YouTube now, so I'm gonna be like pushing and recommending people to kind of go over there and watch, subscribe. If you want to like join, gifts, all that kind of stuff, all over there. Anarcho Taco on Twitch. How's it going, man? Wait, I can't smoke a plant, but they be huffing quantum dots and nanoparticles? Well, I mean the bacteria can, I guess. So there you go. That tells me it's coming here. Melinda, yeah, I mean, so Ebola, like, quote unquote, came to the United States when the 2014-2016 outbreak happened, but it's because of healthcare workers that went to Africa in order to help people, and then they got sick, and then now they're here. So it's actually really important that we take care of the people that are taking care of other people, you know, and we have the capability. We have the capabilities. We have the positive pressure rooms. We have the hospitals. We have everything in here. It's actually like a huge ethical problem that we are pushing it onto other nations without dealing with it ourselves when we have the capabilities and the resources in order to do that. Whoa, Stephanie, what is that? Is that a gifted 5 gifteds? Dude, thank you so much. Wow, this is the first time. Thank you so much, Steph. Wow, 5 gifted for the stream. Thank you so much. I've never seen that before. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so awesome. Thank you. Wow, I've never seen that before. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It said clinical and industrial use. I read the really big flashcard, but not in full. Yeah, I mean, they thank you, Efon. Thank you. Thank you. That's so kind. Thank you so much. That's so cool. Thank you, Efon. Very kind. All right, Efon. I'll remember your name. Thank you. I feel the same embarrassment. Yeah. It's on YouTube, Helen. Yeah, tomato got a
A
gift.
scientist by the name of Fleming discovered penicillium that makes penicillin, which was one of our first antibiotics. And there was also a really important discovery of streptomycin by a scientist by the name of Selman Waxman, who was a soil microbiologist, much like myself. So we've discovered the antibiotics.
Oh, cool. He's soil
right? We can
microbiologist.
make antibiotics too, just like bacteria do. Well, the bacteria already have countermeasures. And if those genes and those organisms come in contact with our pathogens, those pathogens, you know, they go to the app store. They're like, hey, do you have any antibiotic-resistant genes that might be useful to me? And if they're useful, horizontal gene transfer gives you a conduit to get those genes. Evolution does the rest, right? Now we have antibiotic-resistant pathogens. Antibiotic resistance in general is a real serious problem. And the way to fight it is to try and figure out how these organisms are evolving and try and use our antibiotics in a way that slows down that pace of evolution so that the antibiotics are more effective for a longer time. At Sibs THFC asks, can bacteria survive high temperatures and microwave radiation? Do we really need to clean out our microwaves? The reason you want to clean your microwave is because all that...
That's an interesting question. I don't know. Wouldn't the water inside the microbe be heat up too, and it would fry them? Wouldn't it?
That food just gets nasty in there. It's not because there are organisms that are evolving to be resistant to that radiation. The microbes in your microwave are going to be mostly like the ones we see on our sponge, right? They're going to be Staphylococcus, they're going to be Bacillus, maybe some Pseudomonas. So probably they're going to end up dying in your microwave. Microbes themselves can survive really high temperatures. I think the record microbe can survive
Yeah, you need like an extremophile or something. I don't think that is it. Hi, Heather. Nice. Welcome over. Thank you, Heather. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, guys, we're going for, my goal this year is 100,000 on YouTube. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I think we could do it. I'm pushing for it. I think we're going to do it. Like it's been crazy. We just need a couple videos to really hit, and I don't. I think it can happen. I really do. I really do. I think it could happen.
Temperatures at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And we definitely have microbes that can survive high radiation. So there's an organism by the name of Deinococcus radiodurans, the terrible radiation-resistant ball. This organism is able to withstand 5,000 grays of radiation. People would be dead after maybe 5 grays of radiation. So Deinococcus is one of the most radiation-resistant organisms on the planet. In fact,
Wow.
NASA has done experiments. They found that Deinococcus can live for years in space. Many of these organisms that live in these unusual environments, we refer to them as extremophiles. At IO
Yeah,
Silver
extremophiles
Lining
are
asks,
cool.
oh dear God, what are extremophiles? We use the
Yeah, extremophiles are amazing. They are ones that have basically evolved in order to live in extreme conditions on Earth that we're just learning about because of sampling techniques that are just better now. We can sequence and culture these for the first time.
term extremophile to refer to microbes that thrive under conditions that would be pretty much lethal for most other organisms. We have thermophiles, which like really high temperatures, like Pyrococcus furiosus, the furious flaming fireball. Pyrococcus furiosus can live at temperatures above the boiling point of water. In fact, it thrives in those conditions. So at the bottom of the ocean, there's really high pressure.
That makes sense.
That really high pressure changes the boiling point of water. And so we can have organisms like Pyrococcus living at volcanic seeps at the bottom of the ocean. We also have acidophiles.
That's so cool.
There are organisms that live in acid mine drainage. So this is like the runoff from a mining operation where the pH is 0.5. That's pure sulfuric acid. You can almost watch a nail rust under these conditions, but this is home for these guys. If there's liquid
that's incredible.
water, probably you have a microbe there, and probably they've been living happily there for millions of years.
That's really cool. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, microbes are just as evolved as we are. Right? It's just as evolved as we are. They're just evolved to do specific things that we don't see as important, but they're just as evolved as we are. It's really fascinating.
Sailor Chun asks us, I'm doing microbiology and I genuinely don't know the difference between bacteria, fungi, and viruses. What a joke. Microorganisms in general are just anything smaller than what you can see. We have some that are called cells. Cells have a membrane, they have a cytoplasm. We have one kind called a prokaryote, which is an organism that has no nucleus. It came first, they evolved 4 billion years ago, and they split into 2 groups, bacteria and archaea. Eukaryotic cells evolved much later. Eukarya have a nucleus, and many of the eukaryotic cells are single-celled organisms, but they evolved into dogs and cats and plants and all the macroorganisms that we see today. Then there's fungi. Eukaryotic organisms, maybe they live in soil, maybe they look a little bit like this guy, and then the bacteria would look a little bit more like this, a little bit more slimy, a lot less fuzzy. You have cells, viruses, and that's most of your microbial world. Space-size stuff.
I mean, fungi, like, a big thing to understand is that, like, fungi, like, the stuff that he was showing, the fruiting body, the mycelium isn't going to be the same as like the fruiting body. It's like you'll have things like in the ground. You'll have things in the ground, like underneath the soil. Some of the largest organisms in the world are actually like fungi that are just really large. But the fruiting body that we see is completely different than the mycelium. This is kind of like just think about the what we assume as like a mushroom is just the rare kind of like ornamental form of the organism that is normally just in the soil. So it's very cool. Microbes are very interesting. It's very cool stuff. Cheyenne, just ask questions. Did we ask? Yeah, Oh, thank you guys. I love that you're doing multiple devices. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Fungi aren't real, just more gender ideology. Dude, actually, fungi, it's really interesting that you say that, Darko. Fungi don't have a male or a female. Fungi have a positive and a minus. And they actually like as they mate across the membrane, they actually they test positive or negative consistently as they are like trying to intertwine. Oh, thank you, Steph. Thank you. Thank you for gifting another membership. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
I just learned like 10 seconds ago that there are magnetic bacteria. There are magnetic bacteria. Magnetic bacteria have little magnets that are inside of their cytoplasm that help the bacteria line themselves up with magnetic fields.
Nice.
They use that like a compass that helps them change directions. Why would a bacterium need a magnet? We live on a sphere, right? The magnetic pole is not directly north. It's actually directed a little bit down. So if I were to point straight towards the magnetic north, it would be in that direction.
What?
And so bacteria know this, right? So when they're swimming north, they're actually swimming down. And so these bacteria live in sediments, usually where you have water overlaying sand or something like that. There's oxygen up here and there's no oxygen down there. By swimming north to go down and south to go up, they can position themselves in the right position with respect to oxygen. And in fact, there was a group in Europe. They invented a micro manipulator that controlled some magnets, and they attached it to an old Nintendo video game controller and get the microbes to sort of swim around and do whatever dance they wanted. They actually put it to music. You could look it up on YouTube.
What? Oh my gosh. Dude, I hate this, like these colored liquids that they have set up just like based off of food dye. It's like this Erlenmeyer flask with like this fake algae right here. So weird. And then this yellow food dye and this cylinder looks so weird, man. Looks so weird.
Maria asks, ever wonder what kind of germs are on the subway poles you hold? Microbes need water to live. So wherever you have water, you're probably going to have a lot of microbes. The subway pole, it's dry. There's actually pretty few microbes on there. But if we did find microbes in there, it's probably from one or two sources, right? The one source is us. Our skin constantly sloughs off. And because our skin is covered with microbes, when we slough off that skin, the microbes come off too. And so anytime you're in an indoor environment, the dominant microbes are going to be those microbes associated with skin. One of our more common organisms is Staphylococcus. This is a scanning electron microscopic image of some bacteria that someone grew from a surface, not dissimilar from your subway pole. These little balls of grapes, these are Staphylococcus aureus, which is one of the most common organisms on our skin. It's called aureus because it makes a gold color when it grows on a petri plate. Most of the staph that you're going to encounter is not dangerous, but there are some staph that have antibiotic resistance genes, that have toxin genes.
I had a friend who was trying to cultivate cordyceps, so I learned an inordinate amount of fungi stuff. I don't know the plus minus thing. I thought they had like 60 some sexes or something. That honestly, that makes sense to me, Darko. Yeah, I had a biology professor tell me once that he was like, you don't need to worry about learning about aliens in the universe. You could just study fungi. And that's enough. so like that makes complete sense to me. I don't know nearly enough about it.
That can cause pretty bad infection. So if you get an infection in a hospital, it's probably from multi-drug resistant Staph aureus or methicillin resistant Staph aureus. Probably the organism on your pole in the subway is not methicillin resistant Staph aureus. But once we move outside, one of the things that would grow most vigorously and we see most common is an organism called bacillus, such as Bacillus subtilis or maybe Bacillus megaterium, Bacillus cereus, this sort of wrinkly organism you're looking at right here. They live in soil, but because they make spores, they can survive a long time. At Haley
just
Marie
MB right
P
now, but we just set it up today, so yeah.
Oh, of tardigrades. How do they survive
Yeah.
LMAO? Well, tardigrades are kind of crazy. They are microorganisms. They are eukaryotic, so they're made of cells that have a nuclei. They're multicellular, which is different from a lot of the microorganisms we've been talking about here. This is a very unusual and unique shape. It's not something we see a lot of in the microbial world. They are able to survive really harsh conditions by allowing themselves to be completely desiccated. The key, too, is that when you rehydrate them, so you add a drop of water to this guy, you know, boom, he's ready to go. At Ho Adventures asks, why does cat poop have to be bad for pregnant people? All I want is a cat, RN. Cat poop can carry the cysts of Toxoplasma. Toxoplasma is a parasite. It's not usually harmful to people, but it can cross the placenta and infect embryos and infect fetuses, and it is a cause of miscarriage. And so if you're pregnant, you definitely want to avoid the cat poop. Toxoplasma is actually a really interesting organism. Here we're seeing a Toxoplasma next to a red blood cells. It cycles between different animals, so it's often found infecting mice. This parasite, Toxoplasma, affects the mouse's brain and makes it more likely that that mouse is going to get himself killed by a cat. That actually helps the parasite because when the cat eats him, it ends up in the poop of the cat. So this is a way for these cysts to get spread wider and wider. At Ho Adventures, if you really wanted to have a cat, have an indoor cat. Indoor cats are less likely to be exposed to Toxoplasma. Or if you had somebody else in your...
Yeah, dude, guys, do not have an outdoor cat, please. For like the bird populations, please never have an outdoor cat. Really, it's really important.
Your household clean the litter. At General Katana wants to know, but do amoebas No, amoebas don't. Amoebas are asexual. They divide by binary fission.
I got it, guys.
Into
I got
two
it.
cells. Amoeba are in a group of organisms called protists. So protists have evolved many different...
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thanks for helping lead the way. Appreciate you.
Ways of doing sex. And protists can also engage in something that bacteria do, which is called horizontal gene transfer, which is where maybe you move individual pieces of DNA back and forth as well.
All right, Heather, you should be mod now.
At Max Larder asks, how the duck does horizontal gene transfer work in viruses? We use the term horizontal to contrast from vertical. In vertical transfer, this is like a family tree. You have your great-grandparents, then your grandparents, then your parents, then you. Horizontally is like taking DNA from you and sending it to somebody you've never met before. That's something that microbes do all the time, and it's super important for their evolution. So for viruses, this is kind of tricky because viruses are not cells. Viruses are basically just a chunk of nucleic acid with a little bit of protein around it. So how do they exchange information? Well, they do it when they're in a cell. And while they're inside of a cell, they're making copies, lots of little baby viruses. When they're doing this, they could pick up a piece of DNA from the bacterial genome. And then when they package a new baby virus and it goes out into the world, it's picked up that DNA. So the virus wins by giving these genes to the cells, which then make those cells more effective pathogens. And so this horizontal transfer is just super important for the evolution of microorganisms.
Yeah.
A question.
It's so, it's something that's completely foreign to us as a human brain, right? It's like we think of only passing our genes down vertically to our children, but horizontal gene transfer allows you to just, use the DNA of anyone that you would see in order to basically kind of like run a software program that they would have. It's amazing.
From @Saditha Anuhas 2, what's the largest bacteria found so far? The largest bacteria currently is Thiomargarita magnifica, 2 centimeters long and about 50 microns in diameter. So this is almost the size of a human hair. So it's something you could see with your eyes. It was only discovered about 2 years ago, living in the mangroves. People saw these sort of fuzzy things and thought, what could that possibly be? But looked at it on the microscope and found out, hey, this is actually a bacterium. @Solbra asks, did you know the little creatures in your gut control your cravings? They themselves want the sugar, etc., processed foods. The cravings stop after a while because the microbiome that was eating the garbage dies out. This is actually...
Yeah, I didn't know how exactly. I mean, we're talking like, it's not only just bad for, it's really bad for the migratory bird populations, basically. Yeah, it is sad.
Actually plausible. Microbes in your gut are playing a really important role. They're helping you to break down your food. In fact, pretty much all the plant material you eat, you would be unable to digest those without the bacteria in your large intestine. They break it down into materials that are nutrients for us, but they also make other chemicals too. Some of these chemicals can cross into your blood. Some of these molecules are very similar to hormones that can control how we feel. So how hungry we are, or how full we feel, or maybe our moods. There have been experiments in mice that have provided evidence to support that changes in your gut composition could affect your behaviors. Hard to do these experiments with people, but certainly this is plausible. At
True.
Ruth VMD asks, how about fecal transplant for improved microbiome? We take antibiotics all the time.
Basically, it is the only way to really get a large bolus of microbes to your gut. Like you can have like prebiotic stuff. I have some right here. That is like this is just Amazon Basics, the probiotic stuff, But it's like to actually get stuff. And this is actually like probiotic 35 billion CFU. But you get, thank you, Steph. The way, if you want someone like with Crohn's disease or something that where the disease is linked to the, your gut, it's gross to think about, but like a full transfer is really the only way to do it. And I think that in general, in the future, it's going to be how a lot of stuff is done. We're going to think about like antibiotics as kind of like this thing that it's saved so many lives. It's not to say it's a bad thing, but it's going to be seen as kind of like archaic. I really feel like you're going to have, your gut microbiome being a tool in order to be used to make you feeling better, over time.
To treat infections, but these antibiotics, they kill microbes, so they're going to kill a lot of the microbes in your gut. And if you take antibiotics, often you'll find that you'll end up with diarrhea. Usually this just resolves itself, your microbes will grow back, but sometimes there can be an organism called Clostridium difficile, and you can think of this as like a weed. It's an organism that if it's too abundant, it becomes a problem. Often C. diff, as we call it, is resistant to antibiotics. And so when you take those antibiotics, they kill off your healthy microbes, and C. diff doesn't get killed off. And because it's like a weed, it can grow and take over. You could die from a C. diff infection. And so the best treatment right now for this kind of infection is a fecal transplant. You'd get a donor. Usually that's going to be a member of your family. And you'd make the nastiest milkshake ever. Put this stuff in a blender. You'd mix it up into a slurry. You'd put it into a tube, and then the tube goes where the sun don't shine. You can reintroduce, sorry for that, the healthy kind of organisms. And once you have your healthy microbiome back, it will suppress this disease and cure it. At LemmyOTW, so what do microbiologists do when there isn't a pandemic endangering lives? There's a lot to do. Microbes are the most diverse organisms on the planet. Only about maybe 10,000 or 20,000 of them have been described. Most of them have yet to be discovered. They've yet to be named.
Yes, what he's talking about is so important. Like this, it's actually one of the coolest things in biology. We have the final frontier of biology is microbiology, because 99.9% of microbes have never been cultured. They've never been, means they've never been grown in the lab, and they've never been sequenced. So we're talking about all these different types of microbes, metabolisms, different types of proteins, fuels, materials that we just haven't yet discovered. So it's just such an amazing breadth of microbes still out there.
And when we're not doing that, we're also trying to predict the next pandemic. So if you would have asked a microbiologist 20 years ago, what are the most dangerous, scary microbes out there? Coronavirus, even 20 years ago, would have made the top 5. And that's because we know that a lot of viruses from bats can jump over and infect people. And so when this pandemic started, we were really poised to move quickly. The fact that we were able to get a vaccine in a year is an indication of how much work microbiologists were doing in the off season. At Lubos Bruce Kulok asks, NASA's Perseverance rover just found something wild on Mars. Not saying it's aliens, but this rock has features super similar to what microbes would leave behind if Mars was teeming with life billions of years ago. What do you think? I think it's likely that there might have been life on Mars. The rocks that NASA just found on Mars have a couple of really interesting characteristics. Number one, they're sedimentary rocks. So they're rocks that were formed underwater. And we know that water is really important for life. The other thing that's really important about these rocks is they have evidence of organic molecules, molecules typically associated with living things. They can be food for cells, but also the cells, when they die, their little dead bodies make organic molecules. But those rocks, if they can bring them back to Earth, we would be able to determine whether or not those organics are biosignatures or evidence of life. So the real limitation on Mars is that it's very dry right now, but in the past it's been wet. So the question was, did microbes live in the past? If they still live, the question would be, are they living probably underground? At Nile FM asks,
agree. Yeah. Tell them microbes are the most DEI thing on the planet. Yeah, Darko, exactly. Dimestaceous Earth for something? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, just think about like what's living underneath the oceans right now on Earth. You know, there's so much out there that we have no idea, even on Earth. So, to think about it being underneath in the mantle of another planet, I mean, for sure, it'd be amazing.
You'll find more germs and bacteria on a tablet or mobile phone screen than on a toilet seat. Is this true or false? That would actually be true. If we were to look at both of these surfaces, they're very dry and they're also often wiped down and they're very smooth. And so as a consequence, there's not going to be a whole lot of bacteria on either one of them. If you do want to look for bacteria, you can look right there. So keyboards have a lot of bacteria. And the reason for that is they collect dust, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of space in between those keys. One of the places you're going to find the most gnarly stuff is your kitchen sponge or your wash rag. And that's because it's often wet. It's often getting a lot of food, right? There's a lot of surface area because it's porous. So the microbes can live, survive, and grow in that. And so you definitely want to let that thing dry out and you want to wash it frequently. If you have a fish tank, that is full of microbes, particularly that filter in the back. That's like a rainforest living in that thing. At Waterwolf
Yeah, the sump tank and stuff, it's really big. It's really a ton of stuff that's in there. I mean, it's like a good thing too. You're kind of like you're using bio material in order to filter things out. It's almost an awesome thing. Oh, awesome, Whale! Nice. Yeah, Whale Rider. That's cool. I love aquariums. I normally have an aquarium. Like I've kept aquariums my entire life, so I totally get you.
Or asks, did you know there are more beneficial microbes in 10 square meters of healthy soil than all other animal and plant species on the planet? #organic. Just to give you an idea
really
about
cool.
how complicated the soil microbial community is, we could look at, say, a 10-meter square section of soil, 10 centimeters deep, because that's where the best soil is going to be. We'd have about 12 million grams of soil in that patch. We have about 1 times 10 to the 9 bacteria per gram of soil. That's a billion bacteria per gram. We multiply those, we have 1.2 times 10 to the 16 bacteria just in that outdoor backyard patch. If we line those guys up end to end, 10 to the 16th bacteria, each one is about 1 micron long, we would find we have about 10 billion with a B meters of bacteria, enough to get to the moon and beyond, about 30 times of bacteria lined up end to end living in that 10 square meter patch of soil. So our next question is from @MarleneMZ.
It's so important, guys. I mean, the soil bacteria are so important in terms of okay. Okay, I just got a warning, whatever. But it's so important. I mean, it's like how the nitrogen from the atmosphere gets brought down into the soil so that the plants can actually use it. It is that bacteria. It is literally really important. Hey, Manny. Hey, I just got monetized on YouTube, so I'm just like encouraging everyone from now or in the future. I'm really in the next year going to be focused on the YouTube in general. So yeah, come hang out and thank you for everything. So thanks, Manny. Yeah, bro, we're going for 100,000, man. I'm telling you, I know it's crazy. I'm 1 to 100,000 in 1 year, but I have a good feeling about it.
Biologists leave their house after knowing what they know. One thing you
Nitrogen
learn when you're a
fixing uvu,
microbiologist
exactly.
is everything you touch, everything you eat, everything you drink is full of microbes. If we had people coming to this planet, they could be mistaken for thinking that the dominant form of life is microbial, because most cells on this planet are microbes. And the secret is most microbes don't hurt you. One of the really important jobs that microbes do is to make the oxygen in the air that we breathe. 30% of our oxygen is coming from plants, but
over half of it is coming from algae in the oceans. Over half of the oxygen that we breathe is coming from algae in the oceans, guys. It's crazy. It's so cool.
It comes from microbes. Billions of years ago, there's no oxygen, hydrogen sulfide, toxic gases, uninhabitable planet. But once the cyanobacteria show up, they turn it into a world that we can live on. We couldn't live on this earth without the microbes doing their job for us. At Daniel Sprocket, calling all #microbe tweeps. What do you think is the most important or interesting unanswered question in #microbiology? The vast majority.
I mean, it has to be the 99.9% that I was talking about before. I mean, the biggest frontier of biology is the uncultured, unsequenced microbial communities. I mean, we're talking about everything: food, fuel, materials. So, like food, proteins that we could eat, carbohydrates that we could eat, all that kind of stuff. Fuel, new types of biofuels, new types of materials for, like, shirts and all that kind of stuff, or concretes, or types of whatever. And then also a really interesting thing for science would be I just lost it. All the different types of mechanisms that regulate all those types of expression. So, like, all those regulatory pathways, all that way of, like, genetic material making those proteins, and then creating those pathways in microbiology and molecular biology. We could use those new pathways to make even more complex food materials, fuels in the future. So it's just there's so much material out there that could be just transformational, revolutionary for all of science. It's just absolutely incredible. Yeah, exactly. Funny, exactly. So climate change is a huge one. Carbon storage. Yep. How we are going to interact, like photosynthesis, how the ways that we can increase photosynthetic ability, increase photosynthetic rates. It all comes down to it. It's really important.
Majority of microbes out there in the world, the supermass majority, we don't know anything about them. It's very difficult to identify these microbes under the microscope. Most of the microbes, when we put them on a petri plate, they just don't grow. So within the last 10 or 15 years, we've developed genomic technologies like Metagenomics.
Yeah, basically we've been able to sequence things all together, the entire community at once, as opposed to isolating them. And it's next generation sequencing has completely revolutionized science for us, microbiology.
Genomics. When we sequence all of
this
the
is what
DNA.
It is. Yeah, this is like what it is, guys. I mean, you'd see these aren't matching pairs, but this is kind of like what you would be looking at. Yeah.
From a particular sample. And so if we have something like soil, it has thousands, tens of thousands of different species. They all have genomes, so there's millions of genes. We can sequence all of their DNA like a great big jigsaw puzzle. And when we do that, we see that the vast majority of these species don't match anything that we've described. Microbiologists call this microbial dark matter. When we think about dark matter in terms of astronomy, we think about this material that sort of holds the shape of the universe together, which you can't really see in a telescope. We don't know what it is, but it's out there. Well, it's the same with microbes. Evan Pro asks, can microbiologists identify common bacteria by smell? Like, can they smell a wet towel or a dumpster or wilted broccoli and say, good old Clostridium preferengens? Or do bacteria mostly smell the same? We can identify a lot of smells. They're associated with certain organisms or processes. For example, there are organisms called Pseudomonas. If you smell them,
how you would identify them in like molecular biology, how you would smell them is through sequencing. So basically we would do 16S ribosomal sequencing in order to see kind of like the screwdriver of their, you know, are you a flathead screwdriver? Are you a Phillips head? Or do you have a hex? You know, the different types of or like microbes are going to have those different signatures, and then therefore we can tell those. Are those charts what you work with? For the sequencing that they showed, yeah, I mean ACTs and Gs and all that kind of stuff. I mean that's what basically the next generation sequencing looks like, and then you use computers in order to match them all up. Oh
And do
no!
one of these.
sorry,
If you
Heather.
got the smell of grape jelly, that might give you a clue that that's a Pseudomonas. So many Pseudomonas smell like grapes. There's an organism I study called Streptomyces. Streptomyces live in soil. If you've ever gone outside after the rain and you smell that earthy goodness, right? That's actually the odor made by these Streptomyces. So they make a compound called geosmin, and that's what you're smelling when you smell.
WI tech support. Well, thank you. That was awesome. Microbiologist answers microbial questions. We did it, guys. That was fun. That was cool. Dan, what's WI tech support? Let's see. Twitter. WI tech support. I want to see what this guy is. Genealogy support. What? Huh? It's a new what, dude? It's a fake account. He changed his name. He changed his name. Maybe he left. He might have just left the. Oh, no. This is. He doesn't have. Wait, he doesn't have a. Weird. Get him on the show. I mean, yeah, I mean it is interesting to see what he. Interesting. Oh, I thought that. Okay, that's weird. Oh, the wired tech support. Oh, wired tech support. I thought that was like his something that his name for whatever it was. They were using his account. Well, that's even weirder. How does he not have a Twitter that he's. Oh, there you go. He's from Cornell. What? Yeah, there he is. Weird. Wow, he's very prolific. That's wild, dude. Wow, 1,900 citations a year is gnarly. That's crazy. Good. Nice, Darko. I like that. I like that you. I like it. I like that you think that. I have this one too. Boom. This is wild that he's not that big on social media. He's just the soil and crop sciences head section head and professor. He's not even that like weird. All right. Well, all right, guys. Do you guys want to do like a GeoGuessr? GeoGuessr? Let's see. Let's do it. Let's do it single player. We haven't done one in a while. That's cool. Let's do it. Oh, he does? Joey plays single just nice, dude. That's rad. Nice. I'm glad that you guys like the production value. I appreciate it. All right, let's do the quiz. Isn't it the quiz? Where? How do you do it? No. There's like the daily one. What is it? Where are you? World play. Here we go. He says he's amazing at it. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine saying I'm amazing at GeoGuessr. This is very British to me. Zone. Okay, so it's English. They're driving on the right side of the road though. No, it's like it's somewhere in England, but it's not. I mean, Denmark? Some Scandinavian country? I'm not looking at chat, guys. I'm not looking at chat. You can guess though. You can play amongst yourselves in chat. See if you can guess it. I don't like this. I don't like this. Turn to start. Let's go the other way. Oh. I don't recognize any. Leeuwarden. I don't do like the GeoGuessr things of like memorizing the polls and all that kind of stuff. I'm like purposefully not. Oh, what is that? Come on. Come in. Oh no. I got zoomed out. I got blurred out. I don't know if it's Finland, Sweden, or Norway, but I want to say it's like somewhere in here. So it's like outside of Stockholm. I want to push it over here, Gothenburg, but I'm not. I don't know. 2,500. Netherlands. Damn. Nice, F1. Nice. Okay, there has to be some URLs over here. Ooh, there's a map. Okay, right side of the road. Are we just like all in Europe, the same play area? Like I don't know. Whoa, there's some sledding. I want to say Germany. Like who makes words like that, dude? Who makes words like Klaus? It has to be Germany. Klaus? I mean, bro, who's doing Klaus other than German? Who's doing that? It has to be Germany. I'm looking for URLs, websites. Jeez, look how long those words are, bro. It has to be. Has to be. Oh, AT. .at. Austria. Has to be Austria. Say Graz. That's like Graz. Why did you go back here looking for the Dilgut Bernham. Dilgut Bernham. Oh, we'll take it. I just put we'll take it. We'll take it. 4,600. That's not good. Attention in Germany. Okay. Oh, wow. Vape shop. Some words just remain English. Metro Plus. Evertown, USA. Sortie. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea. Okay, there's genuinely have no idea. Oh, Montreal. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay. I think we just go for it. Yeah, 48.76. Let's go. Hey, Sauls. Hey, Sauls. We are. I just got monetized on YouTube, so we are. I'm encouraging people to hang out and push YouTube as much as I can. Trying to get my subscribers up. My goal by next year is 100,000 on YouTube. That's it. We're getting the plaque. We're gonna do it. We're gonna push it. I was honestly been thinking about like longer, like editorial style, like video essay ideas. I've been like scripting them out, maybe thinking about like I'm brainstorming, not scripting yet, but brainstorming ideas. I'm curious about like how that content would go. So yeah, it just however you want to watch, you're good to watch. But like for the YouTube algorithm and monetarily and all that kind of stuff, like YouTube 100% preferred, just because there's gifts and subscriptions on there now, and basically we can all do it there. And I get a way larger portion of the money spent, basically, like way higher. So however you want to do it, I'm happy to. It's up to you, but but just in general, hoping to get everyone onto YouTube as much as we can, just to push and make that chat like feel happening and welcoming, and also it kind of like helps us loss prevention, just in case TikTok algorithm hates me or something, and I've gotten banned before, so I don't want to again, but yeah, muy importante. Duck goose. Maybe there's a URL in here. Nope. How do I chat? Oh, Souls, what's up? On. Yeah, Vodka. I used to do GeoGuessr a lot more when I was doing the debate show thing, and then I kind of got out of it doing the science stuff, the science show, and the battling. But I do like it. It's fun. I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I like have actually no idea. That doesn't make any sense to me. I want to say Canada. Damn, I was actually more correct before. Oh, awesome. Advocate, new member. Thank you so much. Dude. Enemo. Oh, let's go. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ness. Thank you. Oh, I gotcha. Italia. I love it. Enamo Italia. Enamo Italia. Beautiful. Hey, apparently, hey, Ness, I mean, if Italy is somewhat like San Diego, I mean, that's just more of a likely chance that I go. You know what I mean? So this looks like Mongolia. I'm feeling Mongolia with this. Whoa! What? Yeah. Is there a huge delay? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not doing anything on my end. I mean, well, if you're just saying it's like I mean, if it's not like San Diego, then I don't want to go. You know what I mean? Now I'm out again. All you had to say is like it's San Diego, but then there's some better parts to it, then maybe. I have no idea, dude. I want to say it's like this is way too lush vegetation for um huh. I have no idea. No idea. No other places in the world that I want to go other than San Diego. Oh, dude. What is that? Okay, so it is Russian or something. Oh, that hurts. Bulgaria. Okay. We did it, guys. I got 148.76. You know, that's not too bad. 48.76. Okay. All right, guys. I didn't sleep that well last night, so I am very tired. It's been very cool. Thank you, Steph. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for following and thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate you. If you're not aware, if you're new, we've been monetized on YouTube, and I'm really trying to push into that space. I know this sounds crazy, but I want to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube in a year. I know it sounds wild, but that's my goal. So anything that you can do in order to watch my videos, react to my content, the same shorts that I have on TikTok are on YouTube as well. So all of them are there. Comment, like, follow, hit the bell, all that kind of YouTube, the typical YouTube stuff. You know, thank you, Helen. Thank you, Efon. Thank you for everything. And so I appreciate you all so much. And thank you. It wouldn't be possible without my TikTok family. So I appreciate you all so much. And yeah, this has been incredible. You know, it's been really, really cool. But it feels so cool. It doesn't sound crazy, but who's secret didn't offer help the other day? No, oh, don't worry about it. It's. I think it's gonna turn out fine. It's gonna turn out fine. I think. Why? Why are you gonna cry, Helen? No, I can't go off now. What happened? What did I say? You're not gonna. I'm not leaving TikTok, Helen. We're just like making sure that everything's fine. Oh, stop. Okay. I wanted to make sure that you didn't feel abandoned or anything, or you know what I mean. Okay, good. Okay, you're very kind. Thank you. You're so funny. I know it does feel like that though, Helen. It does feel like that where I'm like, oh my god, I've waited 6 years to be monetized on YouTube. 6 years. It's like really, really tough, and it's so funny because you see like the small YouTube subreddit, and people are like, "Oh my god, I got monetized on YouTube with one video. That's crazy. I got 10 million views on my short," and I'm like, "What? Like what?" So, but it wasn't like that for me. I mean, you guys know my content is like it's not. It's me. It's unapologetically me, and I think that that's why I am proud of it. That it is who I am, you know. So the algorithm, we don't do algorithm clickbait, you know. So that's why I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you watching, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal year. I think that's it, and I'd much rather push for crazy goals like 100,000 on YouTube rather than TikTok battling. You know what I mean? And it's I'm glad we tried it. I'm glad we tried TikTok battling. I'm glad we pushed there just so I could see and feel it, and it just wasn't me, and that wasn't my content. You know, that's the problem. So I'm happy I tried it. I'm happy that we but I think I'm going to be proud of having a YouTube channel, you know, that is a big YouTube channel. and I think I'm going to put more time and more effort and more love into it. And I think that's where it comes from. So everything now would be what YouTube. Ness, yeah, everything is YouTube. I think a couple, especially with, I think when it comes down to it, like I think that there's always going to be like I'm always going to be double streaming, you know, on TikTok and YouTube. But I think that like monetarily, long term, moderation wise, like everything I prefer on. Oh, thank you, Maiden. So that's the thing, Helen. Like I can host guests, but it's not like a group chat add-on easy with TikTok. Basically, I have a Discord that's set up specifically just for guests that they could join, and then boom, they're in, and I can talk to them. And I've done it before. I've actually done like over. Thank you, Maiden. I've done over like probably a dozen guests through Discord for TikTok. So it is possible, and I do it. I use OBS for everything. So you have OBS and Stream Elements set up, and I could do what is it, Stream Ninja. If I wanted to do a panel or something. So I was thinking about doing that. I mean, yeah, we're just talking about like moving the show to YouTube and what that means. And I'm gonna be dual streaming on TikTok. Don't get me wrong; it's always gonna be there. But yeah, my main focus and my main push right now is for the next year is gonna be YouTube. So. Okay, sure, Dargo. Yeah, but I am exhausted. I didn't sleep well last night. I couldn't go to bed, and here we are. Yeah, Darko. I tried StreamYard for a month, and all my Oh, really? It keeps dropping out. That's weird. Maybe is it because the quality is too high? Interestingness. I don't know. Interesting. That's not good. I wonder why. Okay. All right, Ness. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alrighty, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much again. Thank you. Please watch, like and watch my last video. That'd be awesome. That I put out. I'm gonna be putting down like a quality YouTube long video every single day. So that's my goal. So interesting, Will. Interesting. Okay, I gotta go. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.